Terence Ratshidaho, with his title, Control the T, and that's a T like we write the letter T. Control the T, Terence Ratshidaho.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our guests. Today I would like to tell you about a sport that I find very fun to play. That is both physically intense and also mentally challenging, while at the same time also being quite dangerous. But firstly, I would like to tell you how I got involved in the sport and then why I started playing. So when I started working, I quickly realized that being fit and then just being health conscious in general was very important. As I quickly realized that my clothes were shrinking in as they couldn't fit anymore. So then and that was probably true because I was spending like 8 hours in the office and then also just going on sitting down flipping channels while watching TV. So I wanted some physical activity that I can do to keep myself fit, but at the same time also something that's enjoyable. While I considered doing things like gymming and running, and no offense to the people that actually do run, but I find that it was boring for me. So I wanted something that was entertaining while I was doing that and also intense. So then while speaking to some of my colleagues, I got introduced to a sport called squash, which is the sport that I was referring to earlier. So this was back in 2014, 15, so I've never heard of such thing. And then a colleague then invited me for a session during a lunch break in the work office, and I was surprised at the simplicity of the sport, because within 10 to 15 minutes, he was able to show me all the rules in terms of how to play it. So basically, the sport you played in a court which has 4 walls, mostly made out of your normal wall or glass or a combination of both with a wooden floor. And you use a racket, and the aim is it's normally played with 2 players. One player serves, he hits the wall, the other player has to return. And when he hits the ball, he has to make sure that the ball hits the wall, the front wall, before it touches the floor. And that's how you play. The first one who can't return the ball, or the ball bounces on the floor, loses the point. So I find this sport very engaging. I found the sport very engaging because it actually utilizes your full body, because you have to use your legs to run to the ball, you have to use your arm to hit, and it also requires you to be stretching so that you can get to the ball. And doing a 1 hour work session, you can lose between 600 and 900 calories, which is quite a lot also compared to the other sports. And as I mentioned, this is a very dangerous sport because when you hit the ball can travel at about 280 kilometers per hour. So if it can hit you, especially if it hits you in the eye, you can be badly injured. And there have been cases of even some of the people that have known that have had heart attacks while they are playing the sport. So it's normally advised for people to take it easy when they start. So during that first session with a colleague, I had so much fun, but it was also very intense that the next morning I actually struggled to go up the stairs because my whole body was quite intense. So with that, I was hooked, and then I quickly sprang into action, and then I quickly registered for the club, and then I registered for the league to be a member. And this was quite helpful because instead of it being just physical, it also turned into something social, where every week now you start playing different people from different regions, where you get to meet people after playing games, then you meet up for brunch and then drinks as well, which was good. while I said that I joined the league, my first match that I played was against a man who was in his late 70s. And when I saw the man at first, I was quite surprised. Hey, this is a sport that's going to require you to be fast, getting the ball, stretching. How is this going to work? But to my surprise, when we played the game, the man was actually playing quite well. He was placing the balls to the places where I can't get them, and then he ended up winning 3-2. So afterwards, while we were having our social, while we were talking, there's always over a drink. The man introduced me to something called T, which is controlling the T, dominate the T, or occupy the T. So T in the squash court it's at the center of the T. It's at the center of the court, but it's not necessarily the actual center of the court or the center of the room. But it's basically a place where you can get to both corners of the court very quickly. So if you control the T, then you are able to win the game, and then you're also able to move your opponent. So this kind of taught me also to say, when you get into something, or when you get into something, you must stand at the center for you to be able to observe also what's happening around you. Because some of the strategy that's involved in squash is that the first thing you do when you start playing, you have to quickly learn your opponent's weaknesses so that you can play to their weaknesses while also making them play to your strength, which is how you improve. So while I joined squash, just for me to find something physically entertaining or engaging to keep myself physically fit, I think I also found something that's also socially fun. I enjoy it, and it also has proved to me that it's a sport for everyone, kids, grown-ups, and also elderly people, because there are so many levels to this sport. So, and it's something that also keeps your mind active. So with that, I thank you.